This is an outdoor reptile enclosure, and this is an indoor one. And all these guys are my pets. Why? Because
I like turtles.
So where I am in California, it's getting really cold super fast. Summer is ending, which means the turtles that I have right here could freeze to death if it gets cold enough. Which is why in this spot right here, we have a new tank that is going to save our turtle army that is outside, plus all the micro fish that are in that pond. For this tank setup, we need to clean the tank, add substrate, add water, put our filter in, and then add the proper lighting. And we can't forget to put in the fish and turtles. So the spots that you're seeing over there on the tank are hard water stains. So I'm gonna use some paper towels and some vinegar to try to get rid of those. That trick got rid of almost all of the spots on this tank here. I know one way to do it is to pour toilet bowl cleaner on this and on all the hard water spots, but I wanna try to avoid using as harsh chemicals as that. That trick got rid of almost all of the spots on this tank here. And again, this could be too small, just 29 gallons for all the turtles and fish that we have. So hopefully by the end, it's okay. First, we need a substrate, which is something to cover the bottom of the tank. I'm gonna be saving some money and use the stuff that's already in this pond that they are in, which is a mixture of some larger rocks and sand. Sand is small enough to where if they try to ingest it, that it should be small enough to pass through their system. And don't use small rocks because they could choke on those and die. And too big of rocks just kind of looks clunky, so we're not going with that. So at this point, with all of our sand now in, we actually need to get some structure. We're gonna build two types of structures. One just so they can kind of hide, just have their own space. But then one on one side where it's actually gonna be near the top of the water column, and it's gonna be exposed out of the water so that turtles can get up and onto it. And there's actually gonna be a heat lamp right here, and they're gonna be able to go on that structure and just get warm and digest it.
We have two base rocks, which creates a cave in the middle to where they, things can hide. And then you have a flatter rock.
And they're gonna do what's called basking, which is being up outside of the water. In the wild, they would have UV rays coming down from the sun, which helps their shell growth, and the heat that will come from a heat bulb is gonna help them digest their food and just be warm. All right, water is in, and as you can see, there's a little area still on the top of the rock to where the turtles can get out and just be out of the water. But that does not mean that we are all done. We're gonna add something that's called an aerator. So this right here is an aerator, and what it does is when it's plugged into an outlet, it creates oxygen and just moves around the water, so you're not gonna get any like stinky, murky, not moving water. So we're gonna be placing this on the opposite side of the tank from where our filters are gonna be. I haven't told you this yet, but we don't actually have a filter yet. It should be coming tomorrow. So hopefully our turtles won't freeze within this 24-hour period because it's gonna get really cold. It's the next day we got it. I hope the turtles are okay. I have not seen them yet, so it could be pretty bad. Honestly, don't know. Only 30 bucks. I saw some reviews, and the videos that I saw of people using it looked pretty good. Okay. Yeah, here it is. You can see all the sponges that are inside there. That's kind of the white stuff. I guess this is the flow adjustment right here, this thing. Let me read the directions real quick. And I'm gonna see how best way to set this up. But it's doing pretty good, as you can tell. That's at like 40 gallons. That's its like lowest setting right here. And then you can crank it all the way up like that. So we're just gonna have on the low setting for now. So we have to go and get the lamp that has the UV and heat bulb to provide what I told you about earlier. So we're gonna go grab it. Hopefully all the lights are still good. These lights are pretty expensive. So once we put our cover over the tank, we're gonna put these two right on top of it, plug it in, and it should provide some heat and some light. All right, as you can see, they're plugged in. This one's providing the light for the UVB, and then this one should heat up pretty quickly, and it's going to heat up that spot that is right in there. I'm gonna let this just sort of cycle for a few hours, and then we're gonna go and attempt to grab our hopefully not frozen, who is that frozen Marvel character? Captain America? Not like Captain America, and hopefully all safe and sound, and then try to attempt to grab all the tons of fish we have.
Remember guys, we still have a bunch of the fish to do and the other turtle we still have to find, but here is our first turtle. This is Maddie, the yellow belly slider. Did she go? Ah, there he is. We got Liv, the red belly cooter. Oh, same area. And now we have my little baby. This is Parker. Oh, babe, oh, there you are. All right.
Which means we still gotta get the fish and then the last turtle that's in there. But I kind of have to tear everything apart so that I actually find all the fish. Surprisingly enough, it took quite a while to catch all the fish and the turtles that we need to put in the tank. All right, guys, I wasn't quite sure what was gonna happen, but we ended up getting practically all the fish, at least all the big fish that we wanted, and the turtle.
Here they are. We got the Mississippi map right there. And then we got some mollies and a bunch of platies, which is what these fish are.
But the camera died, so this is the 4K iPhone footage that you're seeing. And one after another, we put the molly and platy fish into the tank. We also did put our one Mississippi map turtle into the tank too. So one by one, the fish go in. We got some big and small ones because these fish were actually breeding inside of the pond, which I knew could happen. So we got the final reveal. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And that's all the fish. The fish looked pretty happy. The turtles actually look really happy. They got some nice heat coming down, UV rays to grow their shell, digest their food. I think this setup just looks great. So I'm sure these turtles are gonna enjoy this fish tank. But the turtle tank is all set up. We got all 4 turtles. I wanna personally get some more turtles. Let me know if you guys own turtles, what kind you have in the comments down below. So if you can only do one thing, go check, because YouTube can sometimes unsubscribe you. That actually happens. So if you can at least go and check and see that you are subscribed, that would mean so much.